Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? I am so excited you are here for the first day of Influencer 101. And before we get started, if you are on live, I would love if you would say hello and let me know that you can hear me and see everything great, because it seems like yesterday we had a little bit of a connection issue, and I just want to make sure that I am delivering high quality information right to you. So, um, whether you have aspirations of becoming an influencer yourself, or perhaps you are looking into using an influencer for your future marketing campaigns to grow your business, there are three main types of influencers that you will be able to choose or be categorized into. And here I'm going to discuss those main three. And before we get started, I want to do a little bit of trivia. And if anybody can tell me who was the first main influencers before social media, before main celebrities, who were the real first influencers, and they are actually still relevant today. So if you have the answer for that, drop it in the comments. Let's see who the smart one is. All right, so there are many ways you can categorize an influencer. And there are three that I'm going to discuss with you today. And the first one is a mega influencer. And mega influencers are celebrities, athletes, social media stars, and those are the people that have upwards over 1 million followers on their social media. And they are the types of people that if they mention your product, a lot of people are going to hear about it. There's a lot of reach involved, meaning a lot of people are going to see it. They have a lot of followers. Which is great. So if you're just wanting to get your name out, if you're a brand that has a lot of money or you want to hit with one, that's a good way to go. And of course, that is ultimately for any influencer, is their main goal is upwards to 1 million followers, because you are well known. You get paid a lot of money per post. And that is really great if you're looking for impressions and to create an awareness in a very big way. The only downside of working with a mega influencer is, well, they're really money driven, so they're usually more expensive if you have the budget. Also, their resonance is really low. Meaning, okay, so there's the reach, resonance, and relevance. And the resonance is, if they talk to their followers, if they really, how strong their connection is. So if you have like a Kobe Bryant or a Kim Kardashian, someone with a huge influence and social media following, they don't really interact with their followers too much. So the connection isn't as there, although when they use something, everybody knows about it. So there's some ups and downs. They usually have, 1 million followers, and there's usually about a 2 through 5% engagement per post. And which takes us down to sort of the next tier of influencers, and that would be a macro influencer. And these are influencers that have between 10,000 and 1 million followers online. And they're also the ones that are creating authentic content out there. And these could be executives, business owners, bloggers, authors, people that are, putting information out there, and people are really following them. They listen to them. They're seen as an authority figure. So they are highly sought after as well. And, you would work with them if there's someone that's really relevant to your brand and what they're marketing. And there's also a higher resonance. So they're able to sort of steer and influence their audience a little bit easier than the mega influencers. They're also money driven, so you'd be paying for someone considerably if they have 10,000 to a million followers. And that can range. And a lot of these influencers, once you get up to that mark, you have a media kit with a price sheet, and it's big business. And there are agencies out there that are willing to wheel and deal and negotiate for these influencers between brands, because on a daily basis, when you have that many followers and you have a following and people take you seriously and they want to know your opinions on things and what you recommend, that costs money. And a lot of these bloggers, the ones that I follow as well and study and work with, they pride themselves on their integrity and their value, and they only work with those brands that they believe in and that are honest. Their followers, they're taken very seriously, and they're not just going to say work with anybody, because that could come around and bite them no matter how much money it is. And so finally, if you're just starting out and you have aspirations, don't get disgraced, because the third and final is a micro influencer. And those are people that have 500 to 10,000 followers. And, those are actually really high sought after because there's a higher engagement. The people that have less followers, they are more engaged with their audience. There's more of a connection and a relationship there. So they're talking with them, they're in discussions. So it's more like a peer-to-peer interaction, and they're really sought after. So if they recommend something, whether it's a nutritionist with a type of vitamin or a type of workout, they're really going to take that into account and take that seriously as if a friend or relative recommended that product to them. And so that's the great thing about working with a micro influencer or being a micro influencer, is because there's a higher resonance. They have about 25 to 50 engagement per post, which of course, I always recommend engaging with your followers as much as you possibly can, commenting back, letting them know you see them, you hear them, at least liking their comment. Because if you've ever had a celebrity or an influencer, someone online that you look up to, actually comment back or like your comment, it's so validating. It's such a good feeling. You want to do that for people who are following you and taking your advice. And a lot of these micro influencers, they start as existing employees or consumers. They're also sharing content across their social medias. So they're really amplifying that, if you can say that, and you can say that. So, they're the best for higher engagement and the conversion rates for the return on marketing if you are working with an influencer. And their motivation isn't so much as money as it is VIP treatment, letting them in somewhere, giving them tickets for a shout out or a post, free product swag. So, and this is where I will personally brag a little bit. My real deal is, Facebook is what I'm really working on. And, I dabble in Instagram. I'm a visibility coach. I got to know it all. But I didn't come in to be an influencer. Recently, this past week, on my Instagram, a jewelry company approached me, and they want to give me free jewelry just to mention them on Instagram. So I'm working on a deal with that. Super excited. It's not something I ever thought about it. I have actually just under 500 followers on Instagram, but it's really cool. It's a start. So even if you're not trying to be an influencer, you just want to make content like I do and put it out in the world and hoping that it helps someone, you never know where it'll lead. A lot of these influencers don't even like to label themselves influencers. They like to be teachers, entertainers, and we'll go through the different types of content as well. It's something that I work with my clients on developing their type of content. But let me know if you have any questions. I hope this helped, help you realize what this influencer word is. And stay tuned for tomorrow's episode, where I am going to go through the main points on growing your audience. And I look forward to seeing you back tomorrow. Let me know if you have any questions and what resonated, and do something remarkable today. Talk to you soon.